Have you ever wondered why some investors sleep like babies during market chaos, while others are up all night watching their portfolios crash? It's not luck, it's because they understand one thing most people overlook: where their money sits in the capital stack. Once you get that, you stop guessing and start investing like the banks do: calm, confident, and protected. You've probably heard stories like this one before. Someone puts money into a real estate deal. Everything looks amazing for the first few months. Then the market shifts. Construction delays happen, buyers back out, interest rates spike, and suddenly the deal isn't penciling anymore. The property gets sold for less than expected, and everyone's asking the same question: who's actually getting paid first? Here's the reality. Not everyone in the deal has the same protection. Some people walk away with all their money, even when the deal falls apart. Others lose everything. And it all comes down to the one single thing: their position in the capital stack. This isn't a secret that only Wall Street or big developers knows. It's actually the concept anyone can understand. And once you do, you start to see the real estate deals differently. Not as good or bad, but as a structure with layers of safety and risk. So let's break this down in plain simple English. The capital stack is just a fancy way of saying, here's who put money into the deal and here's who gets paid back first. It's a financial line of priority, kind of like waiting in line at a coffee shop. The person who ordered first gets their drink first. Everyone else, wait. At the very front of that line, the bottom of the stack, is what's called the senior debt. That's usually a bank loan or a first lien mortgage note. It's the safest position in the deal because it's backed by something physical: the property itself. Above that, you got mezzanine debt. That's the in-between layer, still debt, but a little riskier. Those lenders get paid after the senior debt is taken care of. Above that sits preferred equity. Those investors usually get a steady, agreed-upon return, maybe 8 or 10%, but they don't have a direct claim to the property if things goes wrong. And at the very top, you've got common equity. The owners, the operators, the people who take the biggest risk and hopefully the biggest reward. Now here's the key thing to remember. The higher you go up in the stack, the more risk you're taking on. The lower you are, the more secure your money is. That's why banks love being at the bottom. And that's where note investors comes in. When you buy a mortgage note, you're not the property owner. You're the bank. You're the one lending money to the borrower. And your position, that first lien position, puts you right at the safest part of the capital stack. That means if something goes wrong, you're first in line to get paid. If the borrower stops making payments, you have the right to take back the property through a foreclosure process. And even if the property ends up selling for less than expected, you get paid before anyone else sees a dime. Let's paint a picture. Say there's a property worth $500,000. The borrower owes $350 on a first lien mortgage. That's your note. The second lender chips in $50,000 as the mezzanine debt, and the investors, the ones taking the biggest risk, put in $100,000 of their own cash for equity. Everything's fine when the property sells for $500,000. Everyone gets paid. But if the market dips and the property only sells for $400,000, here's what happens. The first lien holder, that's you, gets your $350,000 first. Then, if there's anything left, that's the second lien holder that might get a portion. The equity investors, they're out. That's the beauty of being in the first lien position. You're protected by law. Your investment is backed by real property. You're not crossing your fingers, hoping the market stays strong. You've got security, not speculation. And that's exactly how banks have made money for centuries. Banks don't want to own properties. They don't want to manage tenants or fix toilets. They just want predictable income, backed by assets that can't disappear overnight. That's why they lend money instead of buying real estate directly. When you invest in notes, you're essentially playing the same game. You're earning interest like a bank, but on a scale that fits your own portfolio. And here's the best part. You can often buy notes at a discount, which means your return is even higher and your risk even lower. Let me give you a real-world example. A note investor buys a first lien mortgage note on a single-family home worth around $300,000. The borrower still owes $250,000, but the investor buys the note for $210,000, a nice big discount. Not always available in this market, but for this example. Each month, the borrower pays $1,800, which works out to be roughly a 10% annual return. There's no property management, no maintenance calls, no vacancies, just steady cash flow. But let's say the borrower stops paying. Because the investor holds the first lien, they can foreclose. They can start that process. The property sells at auction for $280,000. Even after legal cost, the investor gets back every dollar they put in, and often earns a little more through interest and fees. Meanwhile, if that same person had been part of the equity team, hoping for profits from appreciation, they might have lost everything when the market dropped. That's the power of understanding the capital stack. When you know your position, you control your risk. When you own the note, not the property, you stop depending on what the market's doing and start building consistent, protected income. And this doesn't just work for single-family homes. The same principle applies to apartment buildings, commercial properties, even small business loans secured by real estate. The key is always the same. Whoever holds the first lien controls the deal. That's why seasoned investors love notes. They know the return might not be flashy. Maybe it's 6, 8, maybe 10% instead of 20, but it's backed by something solid. It's income that keeps showing up month after month, whether the market's hot or cold. So here's the takeaway. The capital stack tells you who gets paid first and who is left waiting. Mortgage notes, especially first lien notes, sit right at the foundation. They're secured by property, protected by law, and paid before anyone else. If you want to invest with the same confidence like banks have, start thinking like one. You don't need millions of dollars or a giant portfolio. You just need to understand how to position yourself at the bottom of the stack, where the security lives. If that helped you finally to make sense of where mortgage notes fits into the capital stack and why first lien positions matter so much, follow us for more breakdowns like this. And when you're ready to take the next step, to actually learn how to find, analyze, and profit from mortgage notes yourself, head over to our website at ritzelnotes.com or reach out to us. We would love to have a conversation with you. You'll see how to build steady, predictable, and secured income without buying a single property, dealing with tenants, or waiting for the next market boom. Because at the end of the day, the wealthiest people in real estate don't always own the buildings. They own the paper behind them, the notes, the liens, quiet power that controls everything else. And once you understand that, you'll never look at real estate in the same way again. Now, stay focused, go and live your dream.